Her words still echo. The help eats in the kitchen. She said it with that cold little smirk, her diamond ring glinting as if to remind me where she thought she stood. My brother laughed, not even looking at me, just at her. That was the moment I smiled, pulled out my phone, and dialed one number. "Cancel the contract," I said. $30 million evaporated in that second. My brother's face went slack. He didn't even ask which contract. He already knew. Atlas. And in that instant, he realized the truth he'd ignored for years. Atlas was mine, not his, never his. Funny thing is, I liked her when they first met. She had that polished charm, the kind that makes men feel taller when they stand next to her. My brother, always the one chasing validation, looked at her like she was the prize he deserved. He introduced us at dinner, proud. She kissed my cheek and called me the quiet one. I smiled and poured her wine. What she didn't know was that every deal, every dollar, every brick that built Atlas had run through my hands. My brother had the name, I had the power. That was our arrangement. He got to shine in public. I pulled the strings in silence. And she? She thought she was marrying the king. It started small, missed calls, whispers ending when I walked into the room. A perfume scent on his suit that didn't match hers. I didn't want to believe it until the night I came back late to the office. I found her there, not alone. She was draped across his desk, laughing at something my brother whispered into her ear. Not my brother, his partner, the man I trusted enough to give a seat at the table. I froze in the doorway. They didn't see me. Her laugh was sharp, cutting, victorious. That was the moment the sting of betrayal turned cold in my veins. I didn't rage, didn't storm in. I simply closed the door quietly. And I started planning. Revenge is wasted on impulse. People scream, break things, beg for explanations. That only gives the betrayer power. I gave them silence. For weeks I played the role they expected, the quiet brother, the overlooked partner, the loyal fool. I let them believe I was blind. But behind that mask, I was carving out the truth. I studied bank transfers. I traced every shell account she was siphoning money through. I mapped every meeting where my brother covered for her. Piece by piece, their empire of deceit became mine to dismantle. The first move was clean. I cut his access to Atlas's financials, citing compliance. He didn't notice. He thought I was tightening controls. The second move, I courted his investors. Quiet dinners, careful words. I planted seeds of doubt about his judgment, about her influence. They didn't need much convincing. Their money had always trusted my steadiness more than his showmanship. The third move was personal. I invited her to lunch, just her and me. She arrived in silk, smug, dripping with confidence. She thought I was going to beg her not to ruin my brother. She ordered champagne before I sat down. And when the waiter poured, I leaned in and said, "I know." Just 2 words. Her hand trembled against the glass. I let the silence choke her. Then I smiled, paid the bill, and left. That was all it took. She started unraveling. Which brings us back to that night. Dinner at my brother's house. He raised a toast, bragging about Atlas landing a $30 million contract. She looked at me across the table. Her smirk sharpened into something cruel. "The help eats in the kitchen," she said. My brother laughed, clueless, enjoying the performance. That was when I made the call. Cancel the contract. The room went still. My brother blinked, then shook his head, trying to play it off. But the panic was already spreading across his face. "You can't," he whispered. I met his eyes. I already did. It was like watching a man drown in real time. The color drained, his chest tightened, and then the realization hit him. Atlas was mine. His name was nothing. His signature meant nothing. He looked at her, but she was already standing, jaw tight, realizing she'd backed the wrong brother. That was the sweetest part, watching them both calculate and come up short. I didn't shout, didn't gloat. I simply excused myself, left them sitting in their palace of glass, both finally seeing the cracks. By morning, the investors were gone. The partner was out. The accounts were locked. My brother called a dozen times. I never answered. Her words replay in my head sometimes, but they don't sting anymore. They amuse me. The help eats in the kitchen. Maybe she was right. Maybe I was the help. The one who helped my brother pretend to be a king. The one who helped her believe she was untouchable. But kings fall. Queens rot. And the help? The help learns how to own the castle.